Hey dudes and dudettes, welcome to mine and Bobby's podcast. We also call it the Frying Pan Podcast. It's me, Daniel, and I'm here with...
It's me, the gamer boy Robert D'Onofrio. How's it going, folks?
Lovely day, lovely day. As you've heard, this is the mad gamer himself, Robert D'Onofrio. 10 million subscribers on YouTube, makes 30 million a year or a month from Twitch.
A month, yeah. Mixer.
He's a Mixer streamer. I don't think we ever talked about the ninja thing, but I guess it really doesn't matter.
No, I just figured it was one of those niche things where, you may know who Ninja is if you're not a gamer, but
you don't care, kinda.
Yeah, it's like you switch streaming platforms. That doesn't really mean much to people, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They covered it on the news, and their coverage of it was so awkward. They were like, big time streamer switches over to Mixer service. What's that mean for the future of this company? And it was like these old people that didn't even know what Twitch was as a company, trying to act like they were, making good statements on Twitch. So you could expect your profits to drop based off this. It's like, wow, I could have told you that.
Yeah, it's like a 5-year-old could have told you that. So doing the default dance from Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Fucking Orange Justice, baby.
Give me some Orange Justice. All right. I have a business proposition for you.
I always love hearing these.
We partner with Fortnite. We make the greatest orange juice known to man. Blow Tropicana right out of the water. And we call it Orange Justice.
Huh. Well, okay. I've always actually wanted to try and make my own orange juice. Because it's not that hard. In terms of ingredients.
You just take 2 oranges and just squeeze them.
Well, there's obviously more than that, but I always kind of wondered what actual fresh orange juice, because I've never had it before.
Yeah.
The closest I've gotten is the upscale organic one that you get at Whole Foods. That's the closest I've gotten to fresh orange juice.
Whole Foods is a scary place,
dude. So, it's very pretty.
If you are not middle-aged and white, don't go there.
Jesus, that made it sound a lot worse than it is.
It feels like a cult, to be honest. I'll walk in. I don't shop at Whole Foods that often, but sometimes I'll go in because Whole Foods is interesting. They got a lot of shit.
They got different stuff.
Yeah, they got different stuff, which is cool. And they got a lot of organic vegan snacks that I'm down to bang with.
And their ethnic sections are always they got some the stuff that you don't really find, the Stop and Shops.
Very true. But then Stacy and Mark, who both have finance jobs, both look at me and just how did this degenerate sneak in here? And I'm I'm sorry. I just want...
Show me your vegan card or get out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How many times a week do you eat meat? More than one? Yeah.
I'm sorry. When was the last time you had red meat? Less than a month ago? Get the fuck out of here.
Someone from the back with a machete is just starts chasing you out of the store. It's oh, okay, this is my life, and I'm okay with
it. This is the life.
This was our introduction.
Yeah.
How you doing? What's new?
So, as you guys know, we talked about it in the last week. I started going to the gym last week. Yeah. Our lovely host Daniel and our good friend Alex has been showing me the ropes. That's actually a pun if you think about it.
It is. It wasn't a bad one. It was a good one.
Yeah. So they've been showing me how to gym it up, how to properly exercise and have proper form so I don't hurt myself. And they're doing a bang-up job of guiding me through the process. So thank you, Dan. And
of course,
Alex knows I appreciate him to hell and back. It's interesting. I feel like I haven't felt better, physically and mentally, in a long time this past week. I'm feeling better. Just from getting that regular exercise.
Yeah, it's also something mentally, if you're going through stuff, it's a good distraction to know that you're progressing something and you'll eventually see the results kind of deal. I always say if you're kind of in a funk, start getting in a little fitness, get a little fitness grind going and you'll, be lit.
Well, it's also the extra energy that I have just from being sedentary all the time, I don't really have that pent up I don't even want to say anger, but frustration, angst. Yeah, that's a good way. So it's it's a nice outlet to vent and then improve yourself as well, which is nice and fun.
Yeah.
I will say it's a lot different of an experience going with people than going by myself. Because I'm not sure if I said it last episode, but like I've talked about going to the gym for a while. You know, I've teetered with the idea, and what was really stopping me is I just felt like I'd be so out of place. I wouldn't belong. Like it felt like it'd be so awkward for me to get a start. But thankfully, with you and our friend there, it's like I don't even feel that there, you know, because I got the boys there with me.
The boys,
you know, and to be honest, Planet Fitness feels like a really good environment for gymming.
It's a very good like beginner environment.
Yeah,
just like it's very laid back.
Yeah,
no one's gonna approach you or anything, and it's not like we're putting up like god numbers to the point where we're maxing out machines. So it's fine.
Yeah, you know,
it's not bad.
It's not like a power lifter is going to come and, you know, chuck me out a window because my set's not done.
That's true. I did. I witnessed like a 7'3" bodybuilder walk into Planet Fitness last Saturday, and I was intimidated. I was just impressed that he's going to a Planet Fitness more than anything. Because it used to be cardio, like Cardio Express. So I imagine like it was just most convenient for him to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that man looked like he was curling like the whole machines. Like
he should just be at a Gold's Gym.
Yeah, like he was picking up the Smith machines and like curling those. And I'm like, you know what, Hulk, can you do your thing?
It looks like his bicep curl. He uses Jeeps.
Yeah, literally. Like I go outside and I see him curling and I'm like, hey, that's my car. Could you
set that down?
Could you put that down real quick?
Sorry, dude. My pen rolled under it.
Oh, Jesus. God. And so how has you been your first week? What would you give it out of 10?
Honestly, it's out of a 10 is a hard thing. I would say it's probably the best experience I actually could have expected.
Good. Very good to hear.
It exceeded my expectations, actually.
That's
good. Hopefully it's one of those things where I stick with it, and I feel like I will if I keep going with you and Alex.
Yeah, I'll probably bully you into it if anything.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I would appreciate it, because like bullying, but like the trade-off.
It's a healthy bullying.
Yeah, wait, I think that word means encouragement.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like I could say I will encourage you to go, or I could say I will bully you into it, but in a genuine way.
In this case, they're synonyms.
Yes. But on top of your new found gym quote unquote addiction, you now have a caffeine addiction? ?
So I've been posting about it a lot on Twitter. So I started drinking coffee a decent amount because I've been waking up very early. And fun fact, I think I've talked about it before. I had a severe caffeine addiction back in high school, but it was to energy drinks. Like I was drinking Red Bulls, Monsters, Rock Stars. There was an energy drink called Cocaine. Literally called Cocaine.
Yeah.
That was 5 cups of coffee that would literally give me the shakes, but I was just hooked, and in high school, so I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm edgy, so energy drinks are the drink for me.
Yeah, I think I also tried that cocaine one, but you couldn't drink it, you had to
swallow it.
Yeah, there was other ways.
Yeah. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
We're talking about drugs.
We're talking about drugs.
Hate white people.
Yeah, so I started drinking coffee, and when you have just a cup of coffee and you don't overdo it on the caffeine, it's actually a pretty pleasant feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it gives you that initial kick in the ass when you start your day to where you're not very sluggish, you know? It's a nice elevation, I guess.
No, that's fair.
And the addiction question mark is I'm already having kind of caffeine cravings because of it. And I don't know if that's just because I've had those in the past. Thankfully I broke my old, energy drink addiction.
Yeah.
Which was hard. Dude, caffeine withdrawals give me such bad headaches, which
I mean, I'm convinced that you could consider caffeine a drug at this point.
It is considered a drug. I mean, you can overdose off it. Might as well be.
Yeah, there's you get withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, it's definitely a recreational drug.
It's caffeine is the new marijuana.
Caffeine
or marijuana is the new caffeine.
Yeah, yeah.
Something,
I like what you said better.
You walk into Dunkin', you're like, "Can I get a marijuana?" And they just give you the leaf, and it's okay.
We're not in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for weed. Weed is so normalized around here to we can just have coffee shops that are just like, oh, and here's a weed cookie.
Well, that's like, actually, there's, the, like, CBD joints I have?
Yeah.
The brand is called Lowell Farms.
Mhm.
Obviously not sponsored, but if they're interested, more than welcome to. But they're opening a cannabis cafe in or I think it's in LA.
Oh, yeah?
But, yeah, it's like the first cannabis cafe.
Interesting.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of a cool idea. But circling back to, like, the coffee thing, like, are you much of a coffee drinker? Like, do you have, like, what you would use, like, if you were to have coffee, what you would add into it?
No, the only time I've ever drank coffee was, like, my mom's when I was 12, and I was like, this tastes like mud. I'm good.
You can't say that. Your mom will get mad.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. Your mud does taste like coffee.
When I make it, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, the overtly sweet stuff, as you know, and I've said a million times before. So I kind of just go black and then add some milk in it to lighten it up.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good balance of, like, the, bitterness for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite delicious. For, like, you would think bitter isn't so good in the first thing in the morning, but it almost, like, I don't want to say it, like, resets my palate, but it's like I always kind of feel ill if I eat in the morning or if I, like, drink something in the morning that's not water.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Well, it's also when the first thing you drink is water, it has, like, that morning breath taste to it, you know what I mean?
But
so, because coffee's fine.
Yeah, coffee's fine, exactly. So, I'm gonna start drinking coffee now.
Yeah, try, like, 6 cups a day.
Yeah, I'll
replace
6.
I'd say replace water entirely. And if you're like, oh, I'm out of coffee, just run to your nearest 7-Eleven and get a Monster. See how quickly you can OD on caffeine. See, like,
so
it takes you.
Instead of using water when I make coffee, I'll just use Red Bull instead?
Yeah.
Bro, I can hear colors, man. What the hell?
Or like, you're gonna boil a pot you're gonna make like pasta or something. You're not using water. You're using Red Bull.
Yeah.
Or how about combine the Red Bull Rockstar and
Mountain Dew Kickstart and shit.
And then
those are so
then you get like the Powerpuff Girls from it, but they all jewel and skate.
I wonder like how deathly that pasta would taste.
You'd probably just die.
Like
you'd probably like, oh, how does this taste? And you like see if the water's boiling, and I imagine the smell would probably be awful.
Yeah,
too.
I don't even know what boiling anything other than water would be like. Like, I mean, you could reduce stuff, but like boiling?
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between like trying to reduce something and just boiling a pot full of fucking energy drinks.
Like, where would all the sugar go? Because the sugar's not going to cook off much, so... would that just, like, what? I imagine it would just get really thick, right? After a while?
Maybe.
Maybe it'd be like Jello?
Maybe we have to try it.
I'm afraid, like, what if the boiling point of Monster is really low and it just catches fire?
All right, that's true. Honestly, yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, Red Bull probably has the consistency of lighter fluid, so maybe I'm just gonna light a huge fucking fire.
It's actually just like fucking creosote.
Yeah. I like that thought though.
Of Red Bull.
Or,
wait, what's it called? Creosote, right? Is that the lighter fluid?
Kerosene.
Kerosene, thank you.
I kept wanting to say creatine, and I'm like, that's not at all it. I didn't know
that's what you use to juice yourself.
Yeah.
The legal steroid.
I'm on a kerosene right now. How?
Yeah, bro, my pre-workout is like 1 part diesel, 3 parts protein powder.
I've actually just supplemented all nutrients for gasoline. I've had a gallon, and I really don't have to eat for the next 3 years.
Oh yeah, well it's definitely well, you definitely won't have to eat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because you'll die. If that wasn't obvious. But we can jump to some topics. I wanted to start off with, we love our movies.
We love our movies.
And the one movie that I've been really excited for this October is The Joker.
The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I love saying his name.
I know. I like him as the actor too. He's really good at playing psychopaths, which is, I don't know if a compliment or an insult, but like he does a really good job at that kind of ordeal.
Well, on that subject, I heard from the earlier reviews that it's a banger of a movie.
I have heard, what is the movie's Oscars?
Mhm.
I heard it is an Oscar nominee worthy movie.
Yeah, and they're like, I haven't heard anything about how it's written or how the camera work. It's all about how Joaquin Phoenix plays the Joker.
I'm trying to ignore, like, I heard it's gonna be a really good movie, but I'm trying to avoid all the reasons on why people think it's gonna be a good movie. Because I never want to get my expectations up too high. Because, history tends to repeat itself, and then I go see Alita Battle Angel. And it's not what I expected.
Alita Battle Angel. Oh my god. It still was a really pretty looking movie.
I still liked Alita Battle Angel.
I still want to see it again.
I know it is not getting a sequel, and I'm upset about that. But
what if they did? What if, like, 2020 rolls around, or 2022, we're seeing Avatar 2 in theaters, and in the previews you see Alita Battle Angel 2.
How about 2022 comes out, James Cameron says, all the money we poured in Avatar, I think you meant Alita Battle Angel 2. And then I would be like, fuck yes, James. This is what I wanted. Those blue people, I don't give a shit.
I'll die for Avatar.
The Last Airbender live action movie.
Yeah.
I make that joke every single time.
What else are we talking
I think it gets funnier the more I say it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like the 9th time I said it on the podcast. Yeah. It's really funny at this point, right?
On the subject of live actions, I think one of the worst live actions physically possible would be a live action Teen Titans.
Well, they did it.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a Teen Titans show from DC.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, I'll try and find it for you if you want to see it. I don't know what it's on, but yeah. Well, do you remember there was a preview for it, and it was the fucking ugliest thing that you've ever seen.
I think if I saw Teen Titans in live action, like in the same sentence, I probably like avoided it like the plague, and then like hit the memory dump button on my brain.
Well, they didn't have Cyborg. Robin didn't look like anyone that should play Robin, and even like. Raven was, pale, just very pale chick, but it just didn't work. And then Starfire was black, which, was she in the animated stuff? Or she was like her own race, right? Yeah,
she was like an alien race, but she was always like depicted as like orange skin more than anything. Orange.
But it was very just, it's just not good. We're looking at pictures now.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I like how, you can't make Beast Boy green, so they're like, you got green hair now, and that's good enough.
That's disgusting, bro. Like, that looked horrible.
Now imagine, like, when Beast Boy goes to transform, and they're like, transform into a bird! And they just, like, throw a dove on screen that is spray painted green. I'm like, this is a one-time use.
Jesus, man. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad.
That's actually terrible.
But I'm so happy to hear like good reviews of the Joker, just because like I've been so scared of anything DC puts out. Like Aquaman wasn't bad.
It was,
but we've talked about it before that it's like
it was one of those middle of the road.
Yeah, well, like Jason Momoa had like brain damage for the movie, and the girl with the red hair was like his seeing eye dog essentially. And I don't know, it hurt. Like, I loved her and I love him, and like it wasn't a bad movie overall, but it just like he doesn't have to be that stupid. He can think, I hope. And then and what you got?
Well, I'm glad that they're continuing their trend of like good movie, shit movie, good movie, shit movie.
Well, when was the last good movie?
Wonder Woman.
Okay, Wonder Woman was good, yeah. I'm trying to think what else they put. I wouldn't consider like the whole Christopher Nolan Dark Knight Rises ordeal DC. Like, I guess it's a Batman property, but it wasn't really.
I mean, it's DC. I mean, it's just as DC as this new Joker movie is.
I guess you're right. But, maybe that's why people are saying it's good. But, fuck. Because that was the last movie I was like, God, this is it. They did it. I love this property that DC has of like their superheroes. Stop messaging me. But, I don't know. I'm just excited. I haven't been this excited about a DC movie ever.
The question is, when does it actually come out?
October. Sometime in October.
Oh, yeah? Do you want to know the exact release date?
Hey, give me an exact date.
I want you to take your best guess from memory.
October 6th or October 17th.
for some reason, I think it's October 6th, but that's also Tyler's birthday, I think. So that might be why I'm thinking.
I think it's exactly what, or it's the 4th, right?
It's the 4th.
Okay.
It's the 4th.
Okay.
Wait, so that's not even that far away. That's a month from tomorrow.
Yeah, a little month from tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're almost there, baby.
We're almost there, baby.
I'm like,
I like that it already has like these ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.
what does it have?
It's got 9.7 on IMDb. And
Jeez.
it's got an 88% Rotten Tomatoes.
That's
And Metacritic gave it a 75.
fuck off, Metacritic.
I mean, I always think like those ratings don't really mean shit.
No. Well, I have an example. Do you remember Hot Rod? That Andy Samberg movie?
Yes, actually.
Where it was like, did you ever watch it?
No.
Okay. It's one
Yes,
of
yes, I did,
it's one of those movies where it's like, it's so funny, but on Rotten Tomato, it's got like a 40 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it did so shit in theaters, but like on DVD, it like nearly doubled the amount it made in the box office.
Dude, I remember this movie.
It was so good.
Because he did a banger of a job, man.
I know. It had so many like memorable scenes that like get like redone newer movies today, like the whole like falling down the hill scene that came from that movie, which is crazy to me.
Oh shit!
I don't know. I loved that movie. It was so
go back and rewatch it now.
I'm down. It was so just, I don't know. It was one of those movies that was so stupid, but it was so much fun to watch.
Well, I mean, that's like the essence of a parody comedy, you know? Like,
yeah.
People always think if the comedy's dumb and not like 4D chess level comedy, that's bad comedy. That's not true. It's just a different type of comedy. Like, innately, Family Guy isn't bad comedy. It's just cheap comedy, but it can still make you laugh, and you shouldn't feel bad if it makes you laugh.
That's true. Well, that reminds me, this is a topic that I didn't have, but it's something that's kind of popular now. You know Dave Chappelle, right? Comedian?
Yeah, of course.
He came out with a new special, and a lot of people are not too on board with it because he kind of pushes the envelope with a lot of the comedy.
Yeah.
To where it's like I'm all for like you can pretty much say anything you want in a comedic way, and it should be viewed as that instead of like, oh, that's just fucked up. But I guess he was saying shit that was just very offensive, and it didn't really have like a zinger to it.
Like he thought that just being offensive would have been funny.
Kind of ordeal, yeah. Like I know Bill Burr kind of does that, but he does it in a tasteful way.
Yeah, he's interesting the way he does it because like he almost has that ignorance on his side about it, whereas like I feel like Dave Chappelle doesn't really like. He did in the past. I liked him a lot in the past. I'm not a big fan of his newer stuff, to be quite honest.
Because I didn't listen all the way through to it, but I was just like, There were some really funny moments, and then there was other ones where I was kind of cringing. I was like,
But forcing it through.
Yeah, because a lot of them just seemed forced, and like he was trying too hard to make like an edgy joke work, just for the sake of it being like a 9/11 joke or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know if they didn't really have that many like that.
But I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like the type of vibe I got.
Yeah. And I was just wanting to get your input on after you take a drink of water. I'll ask you can take your sip of water and you can ponder on the question when you sip. But just like, do you ever think there's a line to be drawn with comedy, or do you think anything's fair game?
Well, audience is a big part of it, but it's also like the intentions behind the joke. Like, if you're... Okay, so race is a really hard topic to do comedy on nowadays, as it should be, you know, because you can't really find the line of, like, is this guy genuinely racist and he's making the jokes because he's racist? Or is he just trying to make a good joke that race just happens to be a part of the joke?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
So it's, like, that's one of those things where, like, you have to at least find a line somewhat.
Yeah, like you said, I think it's definitely all audience where you kind of have to be laughing together instead of at... Like, you can laugh at something, but if it's together and it's not in an ill intent...
Yeah.
Like, if you run up on stage and you say, I hate this group of people because of their skin, and you just leave it at that, and it's just like,
yeah, it's not funny.
No.
And then, I feel like another big part of it is knowing the comic more than anything.
Yeah,
because, like... comedians, they have their own styles of funny, and if this comedian made his name through these kind of edgier jokes, then you can't just come out of nowhere and be like, why the hell is this guy able to say this shit? Well, if you look at his come up, that's where he made his bread off of before he got the specials, you know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, people jump on a lot of these, like, I don't want to say newer comics, but these comics that are getting these Netflix specials, and they'll jump on being like, why the hell is Netflix, like, putting this shit on there? Well, it's because that's, like, their comedic style. That's their bread and butter. That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of times when people view comedy shows or comedy in general, they always, like, are very quick to apply what they think is funny and disregard everything that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
And then, like, they'll take away from the laughter in the crowd and then just be like, this guy was just being an asshole, fuck this guy. But it's just like, they don't take it as the joke didn't land for you. They take it as that guy's a piece of shit. Yeah.
And I mean, comedy's subjective. Everyone thinks everyone can like what they want, but I don't know. It's always something that bothers me is that, like, some comedics get almost career ruined just because they make an offensive joke and then they have to apologize for it, when in reality it's
a joke.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it could be a bit distasteful, but there's no intent. It's not like anything's being acted upon this. It's fucking just comedy.
Yeah.
It's not a straight pride rally.
Jeez, my God, straight pride.
That's my favorite thing.
Dude, I just love that everyone looks so miserable.
You see, like, for context, we're switching off Dave Chappelle, but there was a straight pride rally. I don't know where it was, now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like it was in Mass somewhere, but then again, that would make sense. Anyways, there's a straight pride rally, and there's videos from it, and nobody looked like they were there.
They looked like they were just there to make a point that straight people can march to.
Yeah, which...
like, why even bother?
Yeah.
You got legs. We know you can do it.
Like, if you see videos of gay pride rallies, like, fuck, I'd want to be in it. That shit looks so fun.
I mean, I wouldn't, because they all seem very fucking, I don't want to say crazy, because they're not crazy, but, like, way too into it, and I wouldn't be able to match that energy at all.
I feel like if I was on something, I could probably get to that level. But,
yeah, if I was on something, but I wouldn't want to get stuck in a crowd if I was on something.
If I had, like, a few friends that were into it and they were trying to get me into it, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I guess
that's true. If I had some guides, maybe.
Yeah, but, yeah, I could definitely see, like, just jumping into that would be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you might as well just throw me in the dead center of, like, South Korea and just be like, survive.
Or just North Korea.
Pretty much. Like, I'd just feel out of place, and I wouldn't know what would be going on, and I'd be kind of scared and kind of confused, but also looking at the pretty colors.
Yeah, just like, oh, this is not bad.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing that could happen to me, but also I'm pretty frightened because I don't know how to get out.
But yeah, like, it looked like if you go to a gay pride rally, you're listening to Beyonce all the time. You go to a straight pride rally, you're listening to fucking Uncle Cracker.
You listen to fucking... What's the straightest band I can think of? It's gotta be rock, because,
Nickelback?
like...
Maybe Imagine Dragons.
Oh, God. I don't know about that.
They're kind of close.
I feel like even white people are a little bit over Imagine Dragons now.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've kind of become the new Nickelback, sad to say. I don't know. What could be the straightest band?
The straightest band? Yeah, maybe, like, the ZZ Top band? If you have ever heard of that?
I don't think I have, but I imagine you could probably sell me on it.
It's like... Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
Oh, that song?
Yeah, like that. I feel like that's like the straightest band.
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of it'd have to be like a newer, like an early 2000s kind of rock to me. Because I feel like a lot of classic rock or stuff like that can have I feel like anyone can get down with that.
I mean, anyone can, but
we're trying to cater to the straight people. We're trying to cater to the straight white male here. Not really a straight white male, just that. I imagine that was the majority of the people in the march.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to discredit it because if they wanted to, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I would rather go to the other one.
I'm pretty
just
sure.
Saying.
I think I will discredit the straight pride march because it's like, hey, man, you were never really oppressed.
I mean,
we never had to make it legal to marry a man and a woman.
I mean, I mean, I do agree with that, but at the same time, I feel like that's just like, at that point, you're kind of being a hypocrite a little bit because, like, if you can have pride in being gay, you can have, or being anything in the LGBTQ community, you can have pride in your sexuality if you're straight, too.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but the majority of, like, gay pride marches is to celebrate, like, wow, we actually have a voice now, when a straight pride rally is like, hey, we've always had a voice and we'll continue to have that voice.
Like, see, that's where I agree with you. You know, it's just more like, you should have just done it in the first place more than anything.
Yeah, you should have just probably stayed home and just enjoyed your afternoon.
Yeah, just kiss your girlfriend, you weirdo.
You fucking freak. You kiss girls?
You kiss girls? Weirdo.
Absolute freak. Don't even talk to me.
Don't even talk to me.
Don't at me on Twitter. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. You know, the weird, kind of still talking about gay pride parades. The weirdest thing, like, the first image I ever saw of one was just a person completely covered head to toe of rainbow dildos.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen
like
a lot of glitter.
I feel like at that point though, like, kind of need an age restriction. Cause like,
yeah, I'd say probably got to be like 14, 16 and up.
I feel like you can't show phallic objects on TV unless it's like TVMA, you know what I mean? Rating.
I guess so.
So I feel like, and you're also in public, so like that's the only thing that I ever had a problem with was just like, I feel like it was, I don't know if you want to call it sexualized, but there was a lot of like oddly sexualized things that I was like, I mean, cool, but at the same time, like, you're in public, dude.
There was probably like a penis float.
Yeah, like, it's just,
I'm fine with it.
It's a little over the top, though.
Yeah, I guess, but who's to judge?
I don't know.
It's 2019.
I mean, I'm the one to judge, I guess, but
big old conservative.
You
libtard.
Libtard.
Don't make me get Ben Shapiro on your ass, idiot.
Ben Shapiro. Careful, he might kick down the door.
Do you think that man could kick down a door?
That man could probably fight an elephant.
I imagine Ben Shapiro goes to kick down a door and he shatters his whole Achilles. That's the just trying to imagine it.
Yeah.
I imagine like Ben Shapiro getting in a fight would be like,
I mean, he's like 5'6", isn't he? Like he's short.
He's a manlet.
Yeah.
Or what would you do if he was like a trained MMA fighter? And he was like, I'll destroy you with facts and logic and my fist. And then like someone's like, that.
Just Conor McGregor, level of aggression.
He steps in the ring. His jabs are like the speed of bullets. Jeez. And they hit like trains.
Well, I think at that point, then we have nothing but to do besides just bow down at that point, right?
Like, he becomes too powerful and like he's a national threat.
Yeah.
Whichever state he's in.
He's just a dictator waiting to happen.
Like we get the army on him and like, we gotta drop the nuke on Shapiro, and like it blows up the whole area. It's been evacuated, and then from the smoke rises like a green Ben Shapiro.
It's just fucking Jason Bourne with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
It's just this 5'5" manlet. My God.
Oh, you know what I figured out today?
What's that?
Speaking of Bourne, I'm going on none of the topics we had, by the way. So if you ever want to get into any, just stop me.
No, you're good.
Did you know there's a Jerry Renner app?
Jeremy Renner app.
There's a Jeremy Renner app. It is literally, I saw this in a video, and it is Jeremy Renner. It's basically just Instagram, but the only account you can follow is Jeremy Renner. And that's it. And you can like, you get 100 likes to start.
Uh-huh.
And after those 100 likes, you have to pay for more likes.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is supposed to be if you're the number one liker on Jeremy's post, he'll interact with you.
Does he have fans of that caliber?
That's what I thought.
You know, also, I like that you segued off of Jason Bourne to Jeremy Renner. Even though he was in that, like, one-off shit Jason Bourne movie. Oh, you did Matt Damon a disservice there.
Well, Matt, I haven't heard of the Matt Damon app where I only go to my Instagram page and I'm thinking at that point, wouldn't you just make an Instagram account?
Yeah, I mean,
okay, the app's free. So if you want to download the Jeremy Renner app, it's a free app.
Well, does Jeremy Renner get the money from the...
Yeah, it's his app.
You know, he probably was just like, yo, code this for me. And some guy was like, okay.
He was like, I kind of want more money. And he got it.
Yeah.
Because there's people that...
actually purchased? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's big crazy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to I'm trying to open your eyes into the possibilities of making money there is out there.
I feel like you just have had the app for a long time and you're trying to break it to me.
Oh? I would never download the Jeremy
You guys
Renner
couldn't
app.
see that, but he just took his phone off his desk and literally threw it behind him.
I would never download Jeremy. That's like the
Why is there Kevin James?
Kevin James hot? Why? I wouldn't go get Kevin James hot. Why is Kevin James my background?
Why is there so many pictures of Kevin James?
I bought him now.
Oh my god.
That'll be fun to edit.
Oh Jesus! You know, I am gonna jump into one of those topics.
Please.
So there's a hurricane coming.
Yeah.
And it was funny because in like some of the earlier reports for the news, I don't know when it's even supposed to hit.
Oh, it's pretty much annihilated the Bahamas.
So they're like, yeah, it's gonna curve north and probably travel up the coast. And then like it was like I forget how many miles off the coast of like South Florida it was, but people were tweeting out like, "Hey, when's it gonna start curving?"
Yeah.
And it was just the funniest shit to me because like people were like, "Hey, where the curve at?"
Yeah, I watched the news report and it looks like it's going right up the coast and then it changes and it's like fuck Florida. Now we're going up the coast.
For real. And it's like a map, like it's a big one.
No, it's a big one, which I would like to backtrack and say I'm sorry to our president for not nuking the hurricane before it got to shore.
Yeah, honestly, he was on to something.
He called it and we laughed at him.
Yeah, we laughed at him, but look at that. The hurricanes are now trying to take our people and enslave our children.
Yep. The hurricane overlords, or what did I say, aliens it was last time?
Yeah.
I think I said aliens.
Yeah, aliens are the source of hurricanes, right?
So, dude, God bless them.
God bless America.
It's just, it's one of those... I mean, it is tragic, though, because as of Tuesday, it fucking annihilated the Bahamas. And
Yeah.
I don't know if there's death tolls or anything, but there's a lot of pictures, so...
Man, I wonder if Puerto Rico got hit, because poor Puerto Rico.
Oh, they get slammed. I feel bad for it.
Honestly.
Well, that's like the tragedy of living on any of those islands. It's like, yeah, the weather's beautiful and it's a beautiful place, but God, you're in a shitty spot.
Well, I guess that's the world we live in, right?
Yeah, it definitely depends where you live, because live on the coast, you get hurricanes, living on the west coast, you get earthquakes, live in the middle, you get tornadoes.
That's why New England's the best.
Live in New England, you get
cold sometimes.
Kind of shitty winters.
Kind of shitty
But
winter.
we complain more than anyone else.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like, all right, you can go to like Montana and literally just not be able to fucking go outside because there's like 9 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Or
even Maine.
Yeah, even then, like, the snow drifts made my car buried. I had to shovel it out.
I can't get to work.
Yeah, I couldn't get to work on time.
I think going back to memes, but my favorite memes is that every New Englander dies and respawns in a Dunkin'.
Oh my god. Can you describe New England in 2 words or less? Dunkin' Donuts.
And that's it.
Dunkin' Donuts everywhere.
It's literally, I pass like 4 on my way to work and I live less than 10 minutes away from my work.
They're everywhere. They're like, hey, that gas station's got Dunkin' in it. The gas station next to the gas station's got Dunkin' in it.
Yeah. Oh, there's just like a standalone Dunkin' next to it.
Yeah. And then what's that? You're inside your work? Dunkin'.
Yeah. The Buffalo Wild Wings?
Dunkin'.
Yeah, there's a Dunkin' behind there.
Dunkin'.
Inside it.
Dunkin'.
Yeah.
The restroom at work? Dunkin'.
Every time you recycle, you get a free donut.
Every time you see Starbucks, there's 7 Dunkins right behind it.
That's New England.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in, and I love it.
Yep. I don't even know if Dunkin' Donuts is popular enough to warrant how many there are, to be honest.
To us, maybe. But I don't even go to Dunkin' that often, so I guess I don't understand. It's like Starbucks is to anyone that it's just convenient.
I guess that's true. I know the only time I've ever gone to Dunkin's like road trip, staying over someone's house,
shit. Like, actually have to take a shit.
Oh, like, so also road trip, yeah. Or, if I'm really craving a specific type of donut, and that's always Boston cream, and that's like twice a year.
Yeah, I'll give them credit. If I'm lazy, they have like a 2 for $5 of it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay once in a blue moon.
I mean, their breakfast sandwiches aren't the worst thing in the world in terms of taste, but
it's not to die for.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather have a bowl of cereal more often than not.
Yeah, but it's like if there's an option, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
Fuck it, why not?
But is there any actual topics that we have? Anything that we want to? I feel like we've just been rambling for 40 minutes, and I'm A-okay with it.
I'm also A-okay with it, but there was some interesting tech news, actually.
Hit me.
So Apple has, for the first time, took a new stance on iPhone repairs. You know how Apple basically was like, what's that? Third-party repairs? Your warranty's invalid? Fuck you.
Yeah, or just like, oh, your new iPhone's not working? Sorry, shit lips. Time to buy another one.
Yeah, and like, what's that? You're trying to help your community by opening up your own repair shop, repairing iPhones? Sued.
I'm killing you.
Yeah.
I'm literally walking to your business and shooting you.
Our lawyers are coming with their silent pistols, bitch.
No, not silenced. But I want people to know that I murdered you.
As the headline says, though, Apple reverses their stance on iPhone repairs and will actually supply parts to independent shops for the first time.
You see, that's very cool, but I don't know if it's pessimistic or realistic, but I imagine trying to buy individual supplies will probably cost a shit ton too, which is tragic.
So, the prices aren't really talked about much in this article, but the initial application to apply to receive, like, to be on their list to receive these parts and be one of their independent shops that are Apple approved, is actually free. The application's free.
Okay. And
it doesn't look like their, like, regulations for it are, brazy either. So, I don't know. I just thought that was very interesting because they were very adamant about not wanting third-party, repair shops to be involved, I guess.
That's why I'm so, like, iffy on this, because, I don't know, every time I think Apple or Amazon, I just think, how can I steal your money?
Well, I feel like it's a good move for Apple, and I'm wondering, like, why they chose now. And I think it's because Apple's kind of at the point with the iPhone 11 that basically any iPhone from 8 to 11 is still relevant and not that much of an upgrade from each generation. Like, the 10's really snappy and the 11's really snappy, but, like, it's not like the iPhone 5 to 6 was completely different in terms of, like, the way it felt.
Yeah, it's definitely a jump.
But, like, people are still happy with their iPhone, sometimes 7, but I'm just gonna go with 8. They're still happy with their 8s, their 10s, So maybe, like, it's their way of being, like, I don't want to say, like, they're showing that, like, their progress is slowing down, but maybe it's just them trying to be, like, a proper company in this aspect because they haven't been getting much good press recently.
No, they're very stagnant, I'd say.
Well, they got that big, do you remember that, like, their new iMac, and they're like, yeah, the add-on that you need for it is like, also $1,000 monitor stand.
It was like a cover. It was like, I remember something that it was like oh no, you're right, it was the stand was like 1,000.
Yeah.
Not even anything else, just
it was just a stand, and those rumors were coming around that, like, the only reason why they didn't expect people to actually buy that. It was just a way to get them to invalidate their people's warranties by buying a third-party monitor stand.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is trying to, like, kind of damage control that a little bit because really, like, after that, any, like, known tech company or YouTubers or reviewers, like, if they talk about Apple, like, yeah, they could be saying some good things about their products, but the company itself was never really in a good light after that.
No. They definitely haven't been for a while. Like I said, just kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
They could also be focusing more on, because they're making their own, like, Disney Plus thing, right? That was Apple.
They're making their own streaming service, yeah.
Yeah, because I imagine they're funneling a lot into that, so at this point they're like, we can't be fucked with trying to maintain this kind of, what would you call it, like, exclusivity?
Mm-hmm.
of like no one else can fix it, even though it's very doable.
Well, that's another thing. That's part of the process of their third part, like allowing third parties, is like they want one Apple certified technician on like there, like, and to become certified, basically you just have to take a couple classes. And I imagine like you go to an Apple store, and then you take these classes. I'm sure they cost a lot of money, and that's their way of making money on the thing.
I guess the actual process of going to get a job at Apple is like a fucking haul. You have to go through like 3 different interview processes.
Well,
but I guess they make decent money. So.
Yeah, I feel like, Apple techs though, like, I'm not trying to shit talk anyone that's an Apple tech, but their job is so easy. I was there a while back for my mom's phone getting repaired, and it was probably like 2 months ago, and I'm like, yeah, so this is happening. Literally, like, okay, hold on, let me check that out for you. Brings out this little device, plugs it in. He's like, all right, this is going to take a couple seconds of him just sitting there tapping his fingers on the table. Something pops up on the phone saying, hey, this is what's wrong with the phone. He's like, all right, so this is what's wrong with the phone. I'm like,
my God, Sherlock, I can't believe you've done this.
Like, wow, that's possible.
I mean, it's very cool, but it's also, no, I've definitely have seen like Apple stores and I walk in just, I'm not the kind of person where I can do your job, but I can do your job.
It's like I can smile nice. I can act like I know what I'm doing to old people. I feel like I'm good.
Yeah, I've worked retail. I know how to fake a smile or two.
Yeah, and you know what? Put me in an Apple shirt. I'll show you how confident I can make people think I am.
Welcome. My name's Dan.
Hi.
And they're like, my phone's not working. I don't know why. And I'm like,
can I get your Apple ID and we'll text you in 30 minutes when your appointment's set up?
I don't know my Apple ID.
All right, just give me your current phone number.
I don't know my phone's not working. Yeah, I don't know my phone number.
In that case, just hang around the store and you can browse our really expensive laptops and maybe look at some of our Beats headphones while you wait patiently. Yes, your appointment is in 30 minutes, but you will get brought to the table in 30 minutes. However, the technician will actually make it to you in about anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes after that.
We're busy. I'm the only person in the store. We're busy.
Yeah, we're busy.
Just shut the fuck up, Charlie.
Fuck off, Charlie.
That is one thing I will give him credit for. I could not imagine being an Apple technician, and so what's your Apple ID? Oh, I don't remember it. Or just, I don't remember the password. Oh, do you want to reset it? Well, I don't know what I changed it to. I wouldn't remember it. And it's like, well, then can I get a phone number? I don't remember it.
My phone's broken, dude.
Yeah. Do you have an email?
A what?
Not off the top of my head. Motherfucker, what do you have?
For real. God, hopefully this is a step in the right direction for Apple, and maybe it means they'll become more consumer friendly.
Yeah.
In general, I guess.
I don't know if they're that like exclusive where they're not like consumer friendly, but at least to just like when there's an issue, they're not very consumer friendly.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like I want to say they're like they have a high ass price point nowadays. Like, pushing $1,000 for a phone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you can literally do anything on iPhones at this point.
Yeah, but imagine like you pay $1,000 for a phone, and then there's a new one that comes out 9 months later that's also $1,000.
Well, exactly.
Like that doesn't feel that good.
No.
It's like I bought the top of the line phone, JK, 9 months later. By the way.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like you can get the 10 and then the 11 will come out in 9 months, and you could not have a problem with the 10, but after those 9 months, it just magically starts to have issues.
Yeah, it's like what your battery that first started lasting you for like a full day, it lasts you half a day.
That's my phone right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to lunch, I used to be at like 80% because obviously I'm not using my phone at work. Now I'm at like 60, and I'm like, hey,
what's going on here?
What gives?
What it do?
Well, come on, Big App. What it be doing?
Why you do Big App?
Wah, what's the deal?
What's up, Wozniak? Give me the skinny. Why my phone not work?
These are the exact words I would say to the Apple technician.
Yeah, of course. Segueing off of Apple, this is kind of some uplifting news for you marijuana smokers out there.
Oh, those weeds.
So, about 160,000 people in New York, or over 160,000 people, will have their marijuana convictions just completely disappear off their record.
God bless.
And I just want to say, good on New York. Really good on New York, really.
That's such a stupid thing of, oh, do you have a criminal court record? And it's like, I sold an ounce to someone.
Well,
and it's like, well, that's 3 years or some bullshit.
Well, selling's one thing because that is genuinely just distributing like an illegal
Well, that's
drug.
true. Well, I should have said just like possessing.
Yeah, possession is like one of those things where it's like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
But
no,
good,
that's definitely
good for these people, you know? And I wanted to really highlight it because the way New York kind of works with its legislature is like they basically do whatever New Jersey does, but on this front, they're being really proactive about it. You know, they're genuinely trying to help people out that shouldn't have been convicted.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
So, good on them.
yeah, it's one of those things because like a lot of people's lives can get ruined just for having a criminal record.
Oh, hell yeah.
I said a criminal.
A credit
card record.
Critical record.
But having like a criminal record just because you had a possession of weed, and it's like, it's not as if that's a blunder in your life. Like that's the biggest mistake you made because that's something so tiny and so insignificant that it shouldn't be
No,
having you.
it's not heroin.
Exactly. It's not like if your possession is fucking crocodile, then yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably not a good person for society.
Yeah, if you got caught driving on ketamine, yeah. But like, weed? Well, I don't mean driving on weed because I don't feel like you should be able to drive on anything, no matter how insignificant.
I'd say never drive under the influence, no matter how small you may think it is.
Exactly, because any form of influence on your driving that is potentially negative, well, more often than not, because any kind of dulling of the reactions is a negative, even sleep deprivation, you're just making yourself unsafe and everyone else on the road.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's like DUIs don't apply to just drinking anymore, so
yeah.
don't be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you think, oh, it's not that far away.
What's that slogan? Drive sober or get pulled over?
That is the truth.
Click it or ticket, bitch.
Drive distracted, get protracted, bitch. Hey, it's a weird slogan.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but they're trying it out recently. I've seen that. I've seen that.
And then text and drive, suicide.
Text and drive, fucking
die.
Yeah. I was saying nosedive or some shit.
Text and drive, be eaten by flies. That one's, I don't know what the police is going for with that one. That one's, it's kind of, doesn't work.
Mm.
What was the other one? Whether drive sober or don't get pulled over, but there was a drive sober or get run over by a bulldozer. And I don't know how they can legally do that one, or if it's just a threat.
Well, I think the way it works is like, you know that alien tech that spawns the hurricanes?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they shoot a bulldozer out of the air just directly at your car.
I'm trying to imagine how, like, oh, it's a shooting star, and then when it lands, it's just a bulldozer.
Massive bulldozer.
And it's like, it just kills you, and you're
Yeah.
like, obviously, you're not.
Yeah, you're at fault.
Because you're dead.
Yeah.
You drove under the influence, and our alien overlords decided, like, zip, zap, zoop, sorry, idiot.
Zip, zap, zoop, sorry, idiot.
That's a slogan. That's when I run for president, it's going to be zip, zap, zoop, sorry, idiot.
Zip, zap, zoop, sorry, idiot. Jeez. Fucking, we're crazy.
It's kind of, it's a little hot in this room, so I could change that.
You know, speaking of crazy, actually, I don't know about that segue, but
no, keep it going.
So hallucinatory voices.
Oh, no, that was good.
Shaped by local culture, as Stanford anthropologists say. And what hallucinatory voices means is like things like schizophrenia. You know how people like they hear those voices?
Yes.
Well, in America, for instance, those voices tend to be more negative, tend to be more.
I hope it picks that up because my water bottle sounded like a fucking spacecraft.
That was so weird.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Anyways,
so, from a study, it shows that people with schizophrenia or have auditory hallucinations, those voices in America specifically, those voices tend to be more. They make you feel more paranoid. They're more aggressive. They're more negative. They're more downing. You know, they're not good.
Mm-hmm.
But in like African cultures, they're more playful and nice, and they obviously you're still kind of hearing things, but they're not intrusive.
Yeah,
as intrusive, if that makes sense.
No,
and I thought that was so interesting because, you know, I'm taking a Psych 101 class. We never talked about that. And it kind of says something about the culture, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any secret that the majority of our population is more negative than positive, or the majority of things you hear on the news are more aggressive and negative.
But could you, like, I don't want to say schizophrenia doesn't sound that bad, but if you were hearing voices, hell yeah, I'd rather hear one that was like being like, hey champ, how's it going? I'd be like, oh, nothing much, dude, how was your day? And he'd be like, hey, you know me, you always tag along.
Yeah, until you're in public just yelling at yourself and no one's around you.
Yeah.
And then you're just scaring people.
Like shit, it's like, I'll take that over, just like, hey, that guy's following you.
Yeah. Oh, he's fucking Christian Bale's Batman.
That guy's trying to kill you.
Robert.
Rachel! God. My Tulpa's Batman.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Tulpas are like imaginary friends for people with schizophrenia, in case you were curious.
Nope, you're just giving yourself schizophrenia as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Look it up. Don't try and make one, but give it a little bit of research. It's kind of interesting.
If you want an interesting Google, look up Tulpomancy. Tulpamacy. You will actually think that every person involved has probably hit a crack pipe multiple times.
But like, I don't know, this doesn't really surprise me that much. Because I'm definitely like a believer of you're a product of your environment.
Yeah,
and the majority
course.
of your thoughts tend to stem from what you're learning or what's around you.
Well, I guess what was surprising me is like, you just really don't ever, like, obviously schizophrenia is still a mental illness, but you don't really ever hear of it being on the more positive spectrum, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you never do. Like, the majority of... I don't know much about schizophrenia, so I don't know if there is much of a positive from it to begin with, but the majority of things you hear about schizophrenia is just like, you hear voices, and a lot of them are traits in like serial killers or some shit.
Well, according to the study, like the one, you know, the like schizophrenia patients in other countries, they describe these voices and hallucinations as like playful even. You know what I mean? Like, you never hear that when you're talking about schizophrenia in America. You know, I just thought that was so interesting.
Yeah, like it definitely furthers the you take in like what's around you kind of deal.
Oh yeah, of course. I agree with you. I'm a big believer in you're a product of your environment. But I also think that's only half true. I always think that you can make your own.
You can break whatever molds around you or whatever stigma follows you. It's just
Of course.
if you got that willpower and the brain power to follow through.
Yeah.
Kind of deal, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I mean, I for one always have Christian Bale as Batman screaming in my ear to like, you know, go to the bank and like shit like that. I'm like, thank you, Christian, I appreciate it.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, I'm like, could you use a little bit of a nicer tone? And he's like, oh yeah, my bad, man, I'm sorry. So it's like I said, you can conquer with any little ounce of brain power you got going on.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think I'm losing it.
You're losing
I
it?
don't think I have schizophrenia, but like I'm pretty sure this whole episode has been one big hallucination for me.
You know, wait, have we even started recording yet?
Yeah, for 58 minutes. Because it was so weird to me when because with Labor Day I forgot that we were gonna record a podcast. I don't know why, because everything just got like shifted. So I was like, oh, tomorrow I can like finalize whatever topics I need to get. And then I was looking through them and I was like, these kind of suck. Like I don't know, nothing very not negative has been happening lately. I'm trying to find like the fun stuff. Like another fun one was J.J. Abrams is back to do Final Star Wars. And then there's a picture of Rey. She's on the dark side because like I love movie shit.
Yeah.
I want to see it, but it is new Star Wars, and the newer Star Wars is
honestly
track record's not too good.
When we saw The Last Jedi, I felt like you guys debated me hardcore, like, cause you're like, hey, when do you want to go see it? And they're like, it's showing at 10. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Lo and behold, it's like a 3-hour fucking movie.
Yeah,
and I had no clue it was, so I'm like halfway through. I'm like, all right, it's been 90 minutes. When's it gonna end? Fucking 60 minutes later, I'm like, oh my god, can we fucking leave?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then there was the whole like warning of the movie is going to get really silent when this scene happens, so don't worry, there's nothing wrong with the audio. Remember that?
Yeah, it's
and then fucking rest in peace Carrie Fisher, but when she fucking just floats through space.
Oh my god, the arm stretch just
oh yeah, like the Halo music starts playing. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch?
Oh shit.
Rest in peace, but
rest in peace, bitch. I'm sorry.
Just to cement it.
I want that to be said on my tombstone.
Oh Jesus!
Fuck me. She would laugh at that.
She would have. I think we can.
We can wrap it
up. Yeah.
We can wrap it up. All right, folks. That has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 44. So we are
10. We are 10 away from doing this for a year.
That's 8.
There's 52 weeks in a year.
Good. We're good. We're 8 away. Well, we gotta do something special for a year, but we'll talk about that off the podcast, so it's a surprise for you guys.
We throw a big pizza party and everyone's invited.
You guys couldn't see, but I winked with both eyes there. Anyways, this has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 44, and as always, we're on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us over on there. The handle for both of those is the Frying Pan Pod. You can also follow our personal accounts. I don't know those off the top of my head. So you know what? I don't know why I even said that.
Just search them. You'll find them.
Yeah, we're probably the only accounts following our podcast account anyways, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so you can look at them from there. Give us a follow, bitch. Anyways, you were listening on either Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, or Podbean, and also YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
Also YouTube. So thank you for doing that. We'd appreciate it if you could leave us a comment, a like, a star rating. And you could also send us over your comments or business inquiries to our email, which is independentpodcast@gmail.com. Constructive criticism is always welcome, as I always say.
But don't say anything negative because it'll hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I'll find you. But we do this to get better. So there's that. And I think that's it for me. So on that note, this has been the Frying Pan Podcast. I've been Robert.
It's me, Robert. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.